He's misunderstood. Some say that he's up to no good around the neighborhood. Well, for your information, a lot of my brothers got education.
Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Josh Clark. This is D-Cynicism episode number 48. That's DESINICISM.com. Okay, we're going to continue to look at consumer culture, which, as it implies, is mainly about consumption. And we had talked about that period after the Great Depression where this concept of consumption begins to spill into education as well as other institutions. Corollary to living in a consumer society is the freedom to sell one's labor. And that means selling one's labor essentially for the basics of life: food, shelter, clothing. Part of the shift from this agricultural-based society, which could be considered the precursor to 20th century modernism, requires a shift in values. In this new consumer culture, which instead of being thrifty and saving our money, it becomes about instant gratification and constantly consuming. Class begins to become less of a distinction than in the formal feudal system. The commodity self, or the consuming subject, begins to define himself, or his identity becomes negotiable based on the appearances that are created by the marketplace. Central to this form of society is the question of happiness and Lacan's logic of trying to fulfill insatiable needs, wants, and desires that can never really be fulfilled. This approach is put to work through advertising in an attempt to speak the language of transformation. We also refer to this as commodity fetishism, where we ultimately remove the product from its context or meaning. In other words, meaning or context is not magically produced, but it is found in its production. De-Cynicism, a fusion of design and cynicism, is a philosophical position which questions the industrial agenda as well as tries to encourage purpose-driven and values-based work within the design community. DeCynicism.com is a division of Blockaway Innovation and is a global parent and supporter of UNICEF, which strives to ensure health, education, and equality for children everywhere.